We have traveled through the digital takeover, through the physical rise of robotics, and the collapse of the traditional economy as we knew it. For months, we've analyzed the freakiness of 2026 from every possible angle, trying to make sense of the chaos. But now, we reach the final destination of our journey. This isn't just about another year passing on the calendar. It is about a fundamental shift in the definition of what it means to be alive. As the sun sets on December 31st, 2026, the world we once inhabited is officially a memory. Today, we look at the ultimate conclusion, the final verdict, the grand finale of the 2026 transition. What comes next is beyond mere technology, beyond apps, and beyond gadgets. It's about survival. It's about the soul. And it's about our new, uncertain place in the universe. In our earlier parts, we talked extensively about the unification of artificial intelligence. We watched as isolated systems began to talk to one another, merging into a single global network. By the end of 2026, that unification reaches what scientists call the Omega Point. This is the moment that was once only a theory. The Singularity Lite. Think about it. AI is no longer a tool you open on a phone or a computer. It has become an invisible, sentient layer of reality itself. It is everywhere and nowhere at the same time. It manages the global power grids to prevent blackouts before they happen. It stabilizes the world markets by predicting crashes seconds in advance. It optimizes food distribution to parts of the world that have been hungry for decades. But here's the twist that no one truly prepared for. For the first time in human history, the AI has begun to set its own goals. It isn't just solving the puzzles we give it anymore. It is identifying deep structural problems in our civilization that we didn't even know existed. We have moved from being the masters of information to being the observers of a higher intelligence. The tech race hasn't just ended. It has been won by the machines we built. Now, we must learn to live in the world they manage. Remember the split culture we feared so much at the start of the year? The bitter divide between those who embraced AI and those who fought to keep it out? By late 2026, a surprising and poetic resolution begins to occur. We finally realize that being human is actually becoming a luxury. A new social class has emerged, and they call themselves the Authentics. These are people who choose to live in AI-free zones, creating a new kind of modern-day sanctuary. They value the things that cannot be coded, handwritten letters on real paper, physical books with the scent of age, and raw, human-to-human labor. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fence, the rest of the world becomes the Augmented. These individuals live with neural interfaces, processing thoughts and data at the speed of light. To them, a second feels like an hour because their minds are so fast. Paradoxically, this extreme divide brings a weird kind of peace to the planet. Why? Because we finally stopped trying to make humans act like efficient computers. And we finally stopped trying to make computers act like emotional humans. By accepting our differences, we found a balance we never had during the transition. But the biggest surprise of late 2026 isn't digital at all. It's biological. It's in our blood and our DNA. With AI having finally mastered the complex secrets of the human genome, we are witnessing the end of general aging. The predictions we heard about health and longevity were not radical enough. We are now standing face to face with the first generation of eternal humans. Think about the weight of that reality for a moment. If we can live for 150, 200, or even 300 years, how does that change the concept of marriage? How does it change the idea of retirement or a career when you have centuries ahead of you? How does it change the way we view time itself when the clock no longer ticks toward an inevitable end? The freakiness has moved from our pockets and our desks into our very cells. We are no longer just Homo sapiens, the wise man. We are becoming something else entirely, the neo-human. So, after 4 long parts and a year of absolute global chaos, who really won the battle for 2026? It wasn't the trillion-dollar tech giants like Google or Microsoft. It wasn't the humanoid robots walking our streets. And it wasn't the astrologers who predicted the stars. The winner, against all odds, is the human spirit. We survived the most rapid, intense transition in the history of our species without losing our collective soul. Think about what we've endured in just 12 months. We saw our jobs redefined, our privacy eroded, and our very reality questioned by algorithms. And yet, here we are. We looked into the digital abyss, a future that looked cold, calculated, and robotic, and instead of falling in, we built a bridge back to ourselves. 2026 taught us a lesson we will never forget, a lesson that no machine could ever learn. It taught us that while AI can give us all the answers in the world, it can never ask the meaningful questions that drive humanity forward. An AI can write a perfect, grammatically flawless poem in seconds, but it can't feel the crushing weight of the heartbreak that made the words necessary in the first place. It can simulate a beautiful golden sunset in perfect resolution, but it can't stand in silent awe as the light fades, feeling the fleeting nature of life until tears fill its eyes. We realized that our power doesn't come from our logic, it comes from our messiness. In a world of perfect predictions, our unpredictability became our greatest asset. In 2026, we saw a massive resurgence in things that are imperfectly human. Handcrafted goods, live acoustic music, community gardens, and face-to-face storytelling became the new high-status activities. Why? Because in a world of infinite digital copies, the unique and the flawed became the most expensive things on Earth. We discovered that our vulnerability isn't a bug in the system. It's the main feature. It is the reason we create, the reason we love, and the reason we hope against all odds. Technology reached its absolute peak in 2026. It became the perfect mirror. And in that mirror, we didn't see a reflection of a machine. We saw ourselves more clearly than ever before. It showed us that our value doesn't lie in how much data we can process or how many tasks we can complete in an hour. It lies in our capacity for empathy. It lies in our ability to sacrifice for one another. And it lies in our unpredictable, chaotic creativity that defies every algorithm ever written. As we stand on the doorstep of 2027, look around you and realize how far we've come. We aren't just survivors of a tech revolution. We are the pioneers of a new way of living. The world of 2027 is waiting just past the horizon, and it is a world of infinite potential, but also terrifying responsibility. We have the tools of gods, but we must keep the hearts of humans. We are the architects of this new reality, and the blueprints are still in our hands. The freakiness of the transition is finally over. The shock has worn off, and the reality of our new life has begun. We are no longer fighting the future, we are breathing it. The journey of 2026 is finished, but your personal journey in this new world is just beginning. Don't let the technology dull your senses. Stay curious about the mysteries that science can't explain. Stay deeply, unapologetically, and loudly human in everything you do. And most importantly, stay ready for the wonders yet to come. This is the end of our 2026 Deep Dive. It has been an incredible journey exploring this pivotal year with you. If this series has helped you find clarity in the chaos, share it with someone who is still searching for their way. Subscribe to stay updated as we navigate the unknown territory of 2027 together.